Hey guys, it's Protoman111 back with Let's Play Mega Man Legends. In the previous segment, we had a real short segment. We explored one of the side passageways in the forested area up north where one of these subgates happen to lie. Since we can't actually get there right now, there's no point in trying to get there. Judging on what damage the pirates did, we can't get up there because they dig a big hole underneath it. Now that we've gotten the pirates to leave, and the mayor wants us to investigate the sub-ruins of the island. So we might as well start and try to find one of these sub-ruins in the island. But first things first, there's one item I want to get, but we have to go uptown first to get to it. It's a special weapon item that we need to get. Now this west gate leads to uptown. This is the more upbeat part of the city, where all the fancy people, live. And if you're like a sir, you can live up here, but we're not like a sir, we're more like something. But anyway, over here is a trash can with an item we actually need. I believe it's this one. And it's propeller. Now we can make the vacuum arm, potentially one of the most useful items in terms of, getting Zenny more quickly and more easily. Okay, so with that, we want to head back to Roll. And instead of taking the long way around, let's go ahead and do a quick travel to her with the walkie-talkie. She should be able to come here. And you can use the support car as a form of quick travel, so you don't have to walk through all the segments. Okay, what I want to do real quick is make something, because we can at the moment. So if you're farming for Zenny, this is something you probably should take. I do suggest... Sorry, my friend just messaged me, it's fucking retarded. I do suggest maxing out the vacuum arm in terms of the energy. Let me see if I can find it for you. Now the energy, once you max it out, is infinite, so you will not run out of energy, you will not have an energy gauge, and you'll just infinitely go do stupid shit. And to boot, it's pretty cheap to upgrade, actually. But aside from that, I'm not going to upgrade just yet, because we can go off of that later. The special for this one increases the suction speed. Once you max it out, if there is a refractor shard within view, it'll instantaneously be picked up, so that's the good thing about it. And considering how fast the refractor shards disappear in this game, yeah, that'll be a big help. Now what I want to do real quick is enhance the machine buster a little bit, just because we need to make it a little stronger in terms of special. The special will increase how many little pellets are fired with the machine buster. I do know this. Now before we do anything else, I actually need to buy the flak jacket. And we should probably travel to... I forgot where we were going now. Okay. Let's go to the market first and get the flak jacket. In this game, when you buy an armor upgrade, you need to equip it from the special items menu. If you don't equip it, you won't have it on. That's kind of an annoyance, but it's whatever. It's not that big a deal. And once we get into here, let's talk to these guys real quick. Not likely. Robots, children, yeah, what? At least they're warming up to us as opposed to before. Yeah, they're warming up to us. That's a good thing, I suppose. So, really quickly, don't forget, if you haven't bought the flak jacket already or saved up enough Zenny, get it now. So, with that, we actually want to head back out to the Cardon Forest, where we actually crash landed. If you remember in the first episode, I may have cut this out, I don't recall. There is an area back where we couldn't go to when we first landed. Believe it or not, that's actually where the first sub-ruins are. And it's a fairly short sub-ruin. It's not that difficult. but we still need to cover it regardless. And look, the support car is out here magically. Okay, so real quick, I want to go in and switch special weapon. Now, before we actually do anything significant, there's another side quest we have to do, and more exploring we have to do. There's actually another passageway back this way. It's kind of easy to miss, considering you don't ever have to turn left, really, to go past this area. I mean, turn left once we get into the open area. Turn straight left here, and BAM! We have another passageway. Straight in, and we will poke around a little bit. Now, like I said before, they are interconnected. Some of them are, with some others, but for the time being, we won't be able to access them. Random enemy. Now, these guys, again, aren't difficult. Destroying the moving unit will actually net you more zenny, as opposed to... yay! Derping into the wall. Hooray! Easy zenny. Anyway, head up this way into the passage. This will lead us around just a little bit. Now, these guys are a little different from Legends 2. They don't tend to do much but try to jump on you. They don't actually go, you know, running far as hell away from you and as fast as possible. But they do offer a nice amount of zenny, which still makes it worth your while to kill them. Now look at that big green thing. Those things hurt if you couldn't already tell. They tend to knock you around a little bit if you decide to stand in front of one. A good thing about those also is you can use them against your enemies. If you have any enemies that are nearby and you don't want to actually, you know, fight them directly, you can actually have them run into the little poles. Big empty space. I don't like this. Regardless, lots of zenny. Whoa! We should be good with the zenny now. I should be able to get the flat check later. But hi there, guy. How you doing? Remember this guy? He's the first boss we ever fought. Now this is a fully functional version. The easiest method to do is stay directly in front of him, move left, move right. Do not run off, because if you do, he'll actually start running around this square area. And once he does that, it will be like just smashing everything. And you'll have to pretty much just avoid him altogether. This is actually the faster way of doing it, because you can actually do more damage to him this way, as opposed to having to avoid him. I'm using the machine gun buster here because it's slightly more damage than what I'm doing with my buster cannon. And when he dies, move out of the way. His arms fly off of him, and they come straight at you. They're like projectiles, and you can take damage from his arms, so be careful. But once you've done that, you got yourself a nice bag of zenny. We can head up the ramp and head to the left. Forgot to go through. Now I'm going to show you an example of what I was referring to earlier about using these green things as a... And of course the enemies can be very dumb and run into them themselves, which is kind of funny. Other than that, now we'll have to go through this winding passageway. There are 2 river bots in this passageway. And you'll have to kill them quickly before they start spamming bombs, otherwise it'll be pretty annoying to get through. Because you'll have to avoid the bombs themselves. But long winding passageway into a big open room with 3 of these guys. Now, as I've said before, 2 options you can take: destroy the control units or destroy the bots themselves. Just be aware that you won't have as much zenny there to earn if you destroy the control units. Best thing to do here, especially with groups of large enemies or large enemies that move quickly, is to just shark and run in circles. Since these guys were being morons, it wasn't that big a deal, but there is a boss later that consists of 3 Reaver bots, and they are fast as hell. So you'll want to use that tactic later on. So with that, just head up the ramp into the back area. We come to a large room. There's a hole in the wall to the right, I believe, which I missed earlier when I was playing through this, just to be as a refresher. This room particularly is just inhabited by those red enemies that explode. Now we found an old shield. For right now, we can't do anything with the old shield. I do believe it is an item we can use later, not for a special weapon part, but maybe a part we need to give to somebody. This room, just run straight through it. Chances are you get right through before they can even actually get up and hurt you. So if you can't already tell, this is the room we started in, and the enemies downstairs have actually respawned because we went far enough into the ruins to actually cause them to respawn. But with that, we're gonna open this chest and find out it's a fucking trap. And it drops lots and lots of zennies, so that's a good thing. Almost some health. Don't fall off, or otherwise you can't get back up. And we're just destroying that just because there's no reason to destroy that. Now we found a buster unit. That'll be a buster part, and it's very useful for us. What I'll do is I'll equip the buster unit. No, I won't equip the buster unit. Well, yeah, I will. It'll be a little bit more balanced once we equip the blast unit. As you can tell, attack energy ranger at 2, and wraps at 1. This is more balanced. So I would stick for this for the time being, just because it's balanced, despite my personal preference, because we don't have access to the buster parts I really want to equip right now. So with that, we're going to come over here, and this is just the top part of the building we were in. Now this actually leads back to the first passageway we actually explored in the game. I don't want to go back through here just yet. So with that, let's just head all the way back where we came from, so I will see you there. Okay guys, we are back outside where we came in. Now we want to go up north through this passageway. Hey, lady. A tank? A tank? Seriously. Don't tell me. I'm gonna regret this.
We've got to buy Miss Tron the time she needs to finish the robot! Okay, everybody, on your toes. Let's show Miss Tron what we can do.
What do you want to do? I don't know, leave. No, not really. We gotta go. We gotta press forward.
I've come to back you up, Mega Man. I may not be able to do much, but if you get in trouble, get inside the car, okay? I'll get you back to safety.
The car with the wheels that don't move. It knows hovering.
Just a little bit more, Mega Man. We're almost there.
So, next bit. We can't get to the ruins just yet, because these guys decide to be douchebags. Now, there's just more of these tanks.
If you get in trouble, use the car as a shield.
You'll need to destroy the tanks to actually get her to progress forward. So, most of the tanks in this area are blocking her way. The enemies here are not new. You've already seen them before. It's just as a way the bonds are just trying to get in our way. Apparently they're stalling for something. What they're stalling for? Not a clue. But I guess we'll find out sooner or later. Now if you happen to actually get in trouble, like as she said, get in the freaking car, but this part isn't that difficult enough to warrant that, in my opinion. Also, don't stand in front of her. She will run you over, as I will demonstrate.
I'm sorry, Mega Man.
Which is funny as hell, because, you know, she shows that much disregard for your life. Some spotter you are. Irregardless, just blow through the tanks. The tanks are the focal point here. Once we do that, we'll be able to get past the gate that's blocking here, because you can see we can't break it, as you can tell.
Huh? There's a fence? I'm gonna ram it, Mega Man. Stand back.
Right. And remind me to stay the hell out of the car with you in the future. Oh, we didn't run it over. That was funny. I would have been funny if it hit. Voila, we are in the sub-gate. Now I'm going to cover this, so this segment's going to be a little bit longer, just because the sub-ruins aren't that, this particular sub-ruin isn't that particularly long. So with that, go up to the door and open it. Now I do like this cutscene, it's pretty cool with the door opening. It's still pretty simple, but it shows some level of complexity for a PS1 game, which is kind of cool in my opinion. Welcome to the first sub-ruins, the Closure Woods sub-ruins. Look at that. Apparently refractor in the beginning, so this is going to be a freaking walk in the park.
Can you hear me, Mega Man? I'm picking up high energy readings from close by. It looks like it's a refractor. And a big one, too.
Refractor are mine, give it now.
Is the refractor shielded? Most high-level refractors are protected in some kind of shield. You'll have to look for the control console and deactivate the shield.
Which the control console is right in front, so let's get this bitch out.
Nothing?
Or not.
It looks like the starter's missing. It's probably hidden somewhere nearby. You'll have to find it. Remember, there might be more than one starter key, too.
Cry. So we won't get a free refractor out of the deal. Well, I guess we gotta do work. So with that, head to your right, open the door. Okay, so in terms of farming Zenny, this is probably the best place to farm Zenny right now, just because those junk piles actually have rerobots that fly out of them, either when you destroy the junk pile or when you actually get near it. I'll demonstrate both. A flying reverobot will fly out depending on how close you are and how long you're staying there, and they're very, very, very weak. They only become a problem whenever they come out in groups, as such. Now they drop a lot of Zenny. This is very, very useful. But of course you don't want to get hit by the flying rerobots because they're annoying. Now the reason why I say this place is useful is with the vacuum arm maxed out, you will be able to pretty much get the Zenny before it disappears. And it drops a lot of it. Now this guy's a bastard. He's pretty much meant for combat. He'll rush you most times. You can simply dodge roll him if he gets close to you. He does two things. He generally will either try and jump on you when he's close, or he will try and arm thrust you. Mostly dodge rolling will pretty much avoid him altogether, or you can just run around him. Now there are a couple on this floor. If you happen to fall in, they're meant to be as a kind of a consequence for falling down. You don't have to actually engage them for any reason. Just try to avoid falling off at the ground or the top area here. As you can tell, this is a great way to get Zenny. With the vacuum arm, I wouldn't have missed so much, and that was kind of a waste and made me cry. Now, that's a starter key. Run straight over it.
Did you find anything? I'm picking up a faint signal. That must be the starter key. Keep looking. There's probably a few more lying around somewhere.
Now, I believe there's a hole in the wall down there, but we don't actually have to go into it right now. There should be a hole in the wall down there, but we'll get to it later. Right now, it's probably better to get away from that, just because they'll keep spawning and dive bombing you, which is quite annoying. There should be on the hole in the wall on the bottom of here. See if maybe we can take the time now to find it. If not, I'll probably just edit this out. Now that door doesn't lead to anywhere significant right now, so don't worry about it. Now let's properly dispose of this trash thing, so we don't get dive bombed every couple seconds. Of course the game decides to do this, and the camera fucks me over. Thank you, game. So now we just wasted all that Zenny. Now they tend to just disperse if they don't find a target. They'll disperse, and if they still don't find a target once they disperse, they'll just leave the area. It's generally them staying on screen if they're going to attack you or not. So let's make our way back up here. Wasted both of our times. Okay, those floating guys, they act like mines. Your gyroscope will go off if they've just spotted you, and they'll follow you around. Once they get close enough, they'll destroy. They'll self-destruct near you. So they're suicidal, in other words. Now, if you'll notice, there is a conveyor belt in the middle of the room. Now, there's a reason it's here, but for right now, we can't do much with it. We get an old doll. Now, this is something we can't use for a special weapon part, but it's an item we can give to somebody later. And now we have a grenade kit. That actually makes a special weapon.
Remember the first time you went on a dig, Mega Man? I wasn't used to being a spotter, and you ended up getting lost underground for 3 days. Remember? We were lucky that Gramps came to help us. I don't know what I would have done if he hadn't been there.
Now, conversations like that are nice. They give the game a sense of human traits, or humanism, I guess, to show that these people, actually feel things, and they're just not just dumb AI. Now, if you notice, that treasure chest is actually weirdly colored. First, we'll need to break that platform it's on and try to open it. but of course we can't open it. Why are you no open? Well, if you notice that the conveyor belt on the bottom, there are buttons on each floor which the conveyor belt is sitting on. What you want to do is press the button to get the conveyor belt to get moving. And what you can only go down, you can't go back up. Once these doors close, you're kind of stuck. So you can't go back up once we go down. And once we go down, be careful of this room. There are several mine enemies in here.
There's something there. It
And
looks
we need
like
to
some
dispose of
kind
them
of
first.
compactor or something.
We'll need to dispose of them first before I can properly advise you on how to mess with this. Now there's a compactor item right there. Since we can't get the treasure chest open manually, we'll have to do something else. Since it's rusted shut, it would only make sense that we could probably destroy the box itself. So, once we do that, we can find that there's a starter key inside of it.
Did you find another starter? That's 2. Only one more to go. It's gotta be around here somewhere.
We get free money. So far we have 2 starters. Now you're going to make your way all the way back up to where we came. So I'll meet you there once we get to the floor we need to be on. Oh, and by the way, here's the hole in the wall I was mentioning earlier. And it's just money, which is always helpful. So, see you there. Okay, so we are back on the upper floor, in which we came down from to begin with. Now these ice platforms, they break almost as soon as you step on them. So as soon as you step on them, get off real quick. Otherwise you'll be having to do this puzzle again. It's not hard, but it's just annoying to have to do it again. And once you get over here, open these treasure chests. Has a very important item. Spring set. Now these will make the jump springs we will need later, thank heavens.
Doesn't look like there are any big reaver bots here. Still, you better stay on your toes.
And get a load of this hole in the wall. An old bone. Now that's another item we can give to somebody later. Right now we can't really use it. Now if you know that sound, barrier.
It's another energy barrier. I'm getting the same kind of readings as before. Do you see a switch anywhere nearby?
Now you will need to quickly press all 3 buttons and get through. These buttons are timed, so try to make yourself very quick at this. Otherwise you'll have to do it again. And looky here, last starter key.
That's it. Now you should be able to access the console.
So now let's get our butts back down there and get that nice big yellow refractor. Simply jump down from this platform and go all the way to where we began. Not very difficult. And we can't shoot it from that side because it won't come down that side. Although it makes the sound of you beating the shit out of it, so, but whatever. So, you guys ready for some more Indiana Jones action? Let's do this. What do you do? What do you think you want to do? Let's get this refractor! Anything? Anything?
Nothing's happening?
Okay, so we are both confused. Well, that's cool, I guess. It's not like we didn't work for it, but cool. So, with that, we've gotten our first nice refractor. Besides the balloon that we picked up earlier. So, with this refractor, let's go ahead and head back to the surface, since there doesn't seem to be anything else we can do for the time being. And I will make the special weapons for you guys, so you know what to do. You don't have to try and trial and error the special weapons creation again. Okay. Can we fix the flutter with it? Good question. Well, regardless, we got some bounty to make, so let's go ahead and make something. Now the grenade arm is kind of useful. If you maxed it out, its attack power can destroy some objects. Like the pillars that we ran into in the side area that we were in just now. And now we get the jet springs. Okay, so with that, we've just accomplished getting a key. Not getting a key. Yeah, getting a key. Starter key. 3 starter keys, but no. Got a nice refractor. Now we're going to figure out what we got to do with it. So, real quick, just like to remind you guys to, if you haven't done so already, go back to City Hall, talk to the mayor, and donate some money. I guess we can do that now for our last segment. And I will explain the mechanic behind that. Use the support car and go up to City Hall. That's the fastest way to do this, so. So once you get to City Hall, get the hell out of the car and head up to the building, the mayor's building. As you can tell so far, things are still kind of destroyed. Since we have a ton of Zenny, let's go ahead and be nice, I guess civilians, I can't think of the word, and donate to get this stuff fixed. To go up the stairs, you go up and go towards them and press the use key. You can't just walk straight up them. It's just kind of a little funky, odd thing, but you'd like to make a donation. Now there's 3 things we can do. Since the condominiums, most of them were destroyed, they're the most expensive. The bank is the cheapest thing so far, otherwise it would be the most expensive. Now you can choose how much you want to donate. If you can't donate the exact amount they need, you can donate as much as you can towards the cause. Most times you'll just want to do it right off the bat. Just give them the whole amount. That's what I usually do. You can do the same thing for the condominiums and the residential houses, since a couple of the houses were destroyed in our fight with Tron. So let's just go ahead and donate that out. And it won't let you go higher than what's needed, so you don't worry about wasting Zenny on this. So yeah, one more thing is residential houses, since a couple were destroyed. And that, we've been good Samaritans. We've fixed the town, but it's not immediate. I'll show you why. We'll head back outside and I'll show you an example. And it's the same in the residential areas as well. So, right now it doesn't seem to be showing it, but eventually there'll be little kind of like half-built houses to signify what's getting rebuilt. Let me see if I can get it to do it by leaving the area. I want to show you guys what it looks like. Okay, now this is the example I was talking about. You'll see these particular makeshift houses just showing they're under construction. Once they're fully built, it takes about a couple times for you to enter and exit the area. I would just play the game as normal. Don't try and wait on them because it'll be a little bit. But okay, so with that, we've accomplished getting almost run over by a car, getting a refractor shard, a refractor item, see if we can use it on something. But the question is, where the hell are we gonna use it? Well, I guess we'll figure that out next time. So this is Protoman 111 signing off.